and what he believed about God. Is that what you see yourself doing?
Yeah, I'm a Jew, and I tell other Jewish people that Jesus is the way as much as I can. I don't force it down their throat, and I don't force anybody to listen to me.
Converting Jews was at the heart of Christian history. Do you see yourself then as being part of that history of needing to convert Jews to make them see that Jesus is the Messiah?
The word conversion I feel a little bit unease with. Paul did not try to make Jews non-Jews. He himself says about himself, I'm a Jew. So we're not trying to convert any Jew. We're trying to show every human being, to show them the light of Jesus, of the Messiah. And to Jews, even more so, as the light of their own Messiah. He will come, the day will come, we read it in the prophets, that the Jewish nation will have a personal, intimate encounter with the Messiah.
We're just there to tell whoever wants to hear that Jesus is the Messiah that they're waiting for. That Jesus, the Jewish Messiah, is their Messiah.
While I was talking to Debbie and Yakim, we heard voices outside. Their Orthodox Jewish neighbours had arrived, so I went to investigate.
Good evening.
They refused to talk to me, and then the Israeli police turned up. Debbie Figueras also came out and tried to reason with them.
Obviously this is quite unnerving. You've got a protest taking place and the police have just arrived. But what it says to me is that Jesus still matters today in Israel. He's still a person of contention. If you're a Jew who follows Jesus, it's not that simple. You may end up having a protest outside your home and antagonizing Jews who still see Jesus and Christianity as a symbol of oppression and suffering.
להפלתם של המיסיונרים על ידי תפילה תיפול
Are you worried that things may escalate and that somebody may end up being hurt?
Yes, yes. Right now, no one, thank God, was physically hurt. But it takes only one more zealous person to take the rabbinical say, what the rabbis say, and take it to his interpretation and do something more, something worse.
They've told us already, when we go into power, then we will kill you like we killed your Jesus.
Yeah, that's something that they were shouting here with loudspeakers in one of their demonstrations.
Which is a crazy thing to say, given that the basis of anti-Semitism has been that untruth, that the Jews were responsible for the death of Jesus. So they're actually appropriating, taking on that untruth and using it to persecute you.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Yeah, well,
absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely crazy. I mean, this could be almost 2,000 years ago, where the early Christians are being thrown out of the synagogue, they're being harassed by people because they're proclaiming that Jesus is the Messiah. So it's history.
Same thing.
It's history repeating itself here, but instead it's here on camera.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's Israel 2007, a democratic state.
In the next part, we investigate the extraordinary claim that Jesus might have actually travelled to India and is even said to be buried there, and how a fifth of the world's population believed Jesus was not a Jew or a Christian, but a Muslim. 5,000 feet up, in the foothills of the Himalayas, in the hotly disputed territory of Kashmir, lies the ancient city of Srinagar. Srinagar is a predominantly Muslim city. The Bible is not the only holy book with the story of Jesus. The Quran mentions him too, 36 times. It gives him many special titles, including Messiah. But in Islam, Jesus is regarded as one of God's prophets, a precursor to Muhammad. The Quran also describes his miraculous birth, how he performed many miracles, and that he was sent to guide the children of Israel. All familiar stuff for Christians, but where it diverges completely from the traditional biblical narrative is its understanding of what happened to Jesus at the end of his life. Srinagar is the starting point for the next part of my investigation, to understand who Muslims believe the real Jesus was. It is also the setting for one of the most extraordinary stories concerning Jesus I have ever come across. All Christians, like me, are taught from a very early age that Jesus spent his entire life in the Middle East and that he was crucified and died in Jerusalem. But here in Kashmir, there is a totally different story. One that claims that Jesus did not die on the cross, but escaped to India, where he continued his teaching, got married, had a son, and lived to a ripe old age. And even that he was buried here. I have come to meet a man who has spent the last 40 years investigating this ancient tradition.
When you study the Gospels and you come to the information where it is said that Jesus was lost to his parents at the age of 12 and he came back at the age of 28 or 30 to Jerusalem, and then his ministry was for 2 years, and after that there was crucifixion. So there is, the first thing is that there is a gap of so many years in the life of Jesus. The second point is that when he was crucified, his legs were not broken, and he was brought down from the cross and put a specially made sarcophagus. And then next day they say, he's no more there. He's lost to them. So there are two incidents. He's lost as a young man, and he's lost to the people after crucifixion. So I began thinking on it, that he is lost twice, and we have to find him.
Professor Fida Hussain is a Sufi, part of a mystic tradition within Islam that has a particular reverence for Jesus.
Searching